I've been trying to sort out my drawdown pension with no success. I'm going to have to phone up and talk to them. I go through the online process and it just goes on and on and on and on. And by the time you've got to the end of it, you've timed out on the original tab on the browser online. It's unbelievable. I've also got a new job. There you go. Welcome to the channel. My name is Richard. This is called Jupiter. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you are well. A quick update on the story. At the end of May 2026, I was made redundant, as was all of the technology team in the UK. The main reason for being made redundant was the rising costs of taxes in the UK to employ well-paid staff. So my job has gone over to Poland and will ultimately be shipped over to India, which is how it is. I'm coming up 60 in January of 2027, where I'll be receiving my first pensions from previous employers, which is great. I'm going into semi-retirement, hopefully, and we can take it from there. Yeah. So, as I say, I've been trying to sort out my drawdown pension from the organisation where I was made redundant at the end of May 2026. I worked for that employer for some 5 years, just over 5 years. Got a reasonable redundancy payment, and I'm trying to go through the online process and things like that, and it's just not working. By the time I get to the submit application to go for the drawdown request of this pension for 5 years, of 5 years contribution, which has a value of some £66,000. Not a lot. The primary screen times out by the time you get through the process, and when you submit it, it just says you're timed out. How does that work? So I'm going to have to give these people a ring and sort it out. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's so hard to get hold of your own money. But the good news is I have a new job delivering motor cars. Now, I did have a few options. Remember, I'm 59 and a half years of age, and this is relevant. I did have a few options. I could have taken my flight instructor's license on rotary craft. If you didn't know, I previously was a pilot on fixed wing aeroplanes, and I thought I might have a go at rotary craft. I've had a play with rotary before in the past, no problems. So I've always said, and I'm not a drum player, but I've always said people that can play drums will always make good helicopter pilots, as long as they've got a bit of paranoia. Because you do need to be a bit paranoid to fly a helicopter. So I was thinking about doing that and continuing that until maybe 70, instructing new pilots on helicopters until probably about 70. But let's suck it and see. I'm also thinking, because of the economy, and I don't want to get too political, I was also thinking about moving abroad, because my pensions at the age of 60 through to 67, there are more pensions that are coming through. can't sustain me in the UK. So at some point, I am going to be unable to survive in the UK. So there may be a point when I get to the age of 60 that I might consider moving abroad, where to an economy that is cheaper than the UK, such as Thailand or the Philippines, and that's okay. I do have a dog, I do have a partner, and we will both, all three of us will go. I will be taking the dog. That will be £1,000 to get her to Thailand, to get the dog to Thailand, not the other half, not the missus. So there's there's things, and I can also work from abroad. If I move to Thailand, I will be able to do a nomad visa and work from abroad and pay taxes in the UK. Exceptionally high taxes in the UK. Let's not get political. It's interesting times. So going back to this new job, I have the easiest job on the planet. To be open and transparent, previously I used to get paid £200 a day, just over £1,000 a week, which is a good salary, but it's not the average. The average in the UK should be 85,000, but it's actually somewhere in the region of 30 to 35,000. So if you're on less than 85,000, then you were on the poorer side. Yes. Now previously I've had much higher wages, salaries. However, I came down 5 years ago and give this organisation an offer to start off, which would increase, and it never did increase, but that's another subject. I'll talk to you about that in a future video. So I was ripped off a bit, but ultimately coming back, so in my previous job I was earning something like £220 a day, which is just over £1,000 a week. In this, lots of stress in IT, lots of stress. Long hours, was contracted to do 8 hours a day, ended up doing a lot of work over a 14-hour period in the day. Do you do that where you're offering work for free beyond your 8-hour contract? Tell me in the comments below. Are you working more than you should be?
In 2 miles,
and
at
not
junction 11A, take the A417 exit to London, Cirencester.
There we go. Are you working beyond your contract? Are you working beyond your contract? That's the question. It's a terrible thing, and we seem to be doing it in the Western world more and more, where you're working more hours than you should and being unpaid for those additional hours. Quite unbelievable, really. Quite unbelievable. Let's have a look. So going back to this job, I'm working similar hours today. I'm going from Stafford down to Portsmouth. I'm then going from Portsmouth over to Worthing to pick up another car and then come back to Stafford in that car. And that will take me somewhere between 12 and 14 hours. And I get the same daily rate. But there's no stress. And
In half a mile, at junction 11A, take the A417 exit to London, Cirencester.
There you go. And the ethos of the business that I'm working for now, delivering cars, is that you take your time, you get the car there
Exit at
safely.
junction 11A.
You get the car there safely, and
Continue on
just take...
A417 for 4 miles.
This is crazy. And that you get the car there safely, and yourself safely and undamaged. And you take your time. They're not particularly interested in rushing you by the clock. You're not racing the clock. Yes? Which is really good. And I do like that. I do like that approach. I used to, in the past when I had businesses, I used to adopt that approach with the people that I work for. Let's take our time, let's get it right first time. La 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 la, and all that good stuff. And everything went perfect. The customers were so happy, but the accountants were not. There we go. Because it costs more to get it right first time. There we go. There's a bit of a dig at previous organisations that I've either owned or worked for. Unbelievable. Unbelievable times. So I've got an easy job. And there's very little stress. The guys did say to me that I'm now working for, he said, if you get stressed out doing this job, then you're doing the job wrong. And you will be required to come back for further training. That's unbelievable. The art of this job is not to be stressed, to just take your time and get the product, the car, to the customer and yourself in perfect condition. Just take your time. That is really cool. So there's a lot ahead over the next year, let's say.
There's roadworks ahead.
There's a lot ahead over the next year. And there's lots of decisions to be made. Got to make the right decisions first time. So, we're this is where we get political. There's going to be lots of changes in the UK with Andy Burnham coming in, who is further left than Keir Starmer, as I understand. I may be incorrect on that. So there's going to be lots of changes. The UK is in massive debt. The current Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rachel Reeves, which may change in the few days of July 2026, has already approached the IMF with a £3 trillion debt, and I can see inflation rising rapidly over the UK over the next month or two, 3 months maybe. So something's going to happen there. Something's going to happen with my money. I'm going to have to put it somewhere where it doesn't lose its value through massive inflation. Some people have suggested in the past that I put it in gold. Gold is a good place. Gold is a good place. Dunno. You tell me. You tell me what your thoughts are. Are you thinking about moving abroad? Are you coming up to retirement? Have you just got into retirement? How are you in retirement and regret not moving abroad? Is moving abroad a good option? Bearing in mind, our kids are old enough to look after themselves. They're all independent. So that's not a major challenge. That's not a major challenge, so that should be okay. So it is, so there's no problems there. There's no grandkids. I can't see my kids having children. I just can't see it. Might be wrong. but I just can't see it.
In a quarter of a mile, at the air balloon roundabout, take the second exit and stay on A417.
Stay on A417. So there's no major ties. If I end up moving to somewhere like Thailand or the Philippines, the kids will come and see me. Whereas today, they don't. They don't come and see me. They've got busy lives. You know, I have to go and see them, and that's okay. I understand that. That is okay. But they've got busy lives. Here we go. Whilst driving this beautiful Mercedes-Benz.
Exit the roundabout onto A417. Continue for 29 miles.
Absolutely beautiful. So I've done nothing but drive luxury cars in this new job. It's been absolutely, it's absolutely wonderful. I've got no issues at all.
There are police reported ahead.
Absolutely fantastic. Tell me what's happening in your life. Comment below. If this video meant something to you, give it a like and share it onto someone who's in a similar situation maybe. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. It does help the channel. We've got to keep on going with this channel. If you are subscribed, I thank you ever so much. It's really, really appreciated. There's lots on this journey. There's a lot to do on this journey. And I'm no one special. I'm no one special. I'm not rich. I'm not poor. I'm just this average guy that's trying to get through life. And I'll make mistakes. And you'll cringe and think, oh my God, what's he doing now? I'm just an average guy. A helicopter pilot is just an average guy. Yeah? So if you're thinking back to 10 minutes ago when I said I was going to take my instructor license for my flight instructor for helicopters, you're going to think, oh my God, this guy's above average. No, they're not. Pilots are just average guys. They're just average guys. They may earn above average wages, but they are average guys. I just don't, I've got to plan my future. Got to plan my future. A divorce cost me a lot of money 10 years ago. I lost everything. I was living out the back of a car. I will never live out the back of a car unless I'm unless I'm on a camping holiday. Yes? I will never do that again. We'll talk about saving money and having a year's pay in your pocket. Right, I'll bring the video to an end. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope it meant something to you. Like I say, give it a like if it meant something to you. Just remember, I'm a normal guy. I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.